Hello, my wonderful friends. Magus with you on a beautiful day in Asha. If you're brand new to the channel, we're Zoroastrians, the Magi. And do I have a message for you today? Today's June 3rd. And in the night sky, you're going to see 5 planets aligned. And it got me thinking about, you always hear that saying, the stars were aligned. And the Magi were astrologers, but another thing about the Magi, they were magicians, and they made their own luck. My friends, their planets were always aligned because we aligned ourselves with Asha, the capital T, truth. And my friends, we live in our good. And something came to me today. Stay with me, guys. I promise you, you're going to get something. You could change your life today to live in that Asha, the perfect creator's perfect idea. It's available. So I need you to hear this today. I love books. And I've noticed something. In the very first sentence, paragraph, page, the author wants to get that message to you right away. And I noticed that with Zoroaster, the prophet of our holy religion. In his very first Gatha, he puts everything into that first verse. And then I started thinking about our most important prayer, the Yata'ahu. It's exactly the same as the very first verse of his very first Gatha. All the mysteries of the universe are wrapped up in those words. If you can hear them and hold them and align with them, to really know Asha, the perfect creator's perfect idea, to know it, to be one with it, to be it, and it is you, and it creates this atmosphere. It makes me think of the very first page of Asha. It says, when you realize you come from good spirit, you're made of good spirit, you shall return to good spirit. Your frequency, your vibration, it rises to these higher dimensions and understanding and knowing, and you become a mighty spiritual force creating in a plastic medium where you can do anything. My friends, people call it magic. Are he so lucky? Listen to the very first verse. It says, good spirit, Mazda, with a bow and uplifted arms I pray. This is represented, we bow. We're pouring out our vessel of the lies and illusions that we've been fed, and then our hands are up receiving. So my friends, we're the temple, we're the vessel that holds the spirits, the frequencies, the ideas. And we're humbling ourselves, and we're pouring out our vessel, and we're receiving the capital T truth, Asha. It says, first, I ask for support through Spenta Mainyu. This is the Holy Spirit of God, the very Spirit of God. Then I pray that I may perform all of my actions, based as they are, on Vohu Mainyu. That's the God mind. Or here in the West, we call it the Christ mind. Everything that we think, say, and do, it comes from the God mind, the true mind, the high mind, not the beast mind. And then I love this. It says, precisely according to the laws of truth, Asha, so that I please you and the soul of the living world. Wise God, I approach you through Vohu Mainyu. Our God is the exact same thing as good. All the bliss that you're looking for, the happiness, the peace, the joy, the good. That's what our God is. And we approach that through Vohu Mainyu, the Christ mind. Grant me through Asha the blessings of both existences, the material and the mental, so that we may live in bliss. My friends, when we hold Asha, the perfect creator's perfect frequency, his perfect word, friends, we come into alignment. We attune ourselves to it. We are it, and we can create nothing else. Just like our God, He can't create hate and anger and war and suffering. That's the gods of the matrix, world religions. My friends, our God is pure, and it's good, and we take that spirit into us, and that's what we create. Listen to our most powerful holy prayer, Yata Ahu. It's just like verse 1. It says, in consciousness, knowing, my friends, being one with Asha, the gift of Vohu Mainyu, the Christ mind. So when we hear the truth, when we have consciousness of Asha, it's order, it's harmony, it's the perfect creator's perfect idea, it's the very spirit of God. In consciousness of that, in knowing that, we get Vohu Mainyu, we get that Christ mind. And now all activity comes from that word, that original word, that perfect idea, that perfect frequency, that perfect vibration. And that brings the government of the good God, my friends. And then Asha is actualized. Asha, it's heaven on earth. It's order and harmony. It's perfect perfection. It's bliss. It's peace. It's happiness. It's protection. It's provision. Let me read it to you in its whole. It says, just as the Lord wills, so the priestly king, in consciousness of Asha, the gift of Vohu Mainyu, the Christ mind, all activity now comes from wisdom, the word incarnate. The good shepherd brings the government of Ahura Mazda, and Asha is actualized. Yata uhu vario, atara tu shashat chit hacha, vangush dazda manango, shatanam angush mazdai, sharthremcha ahurai ayemdre gubio, ... vastarem. My friends, realize God has been misrepresented. It is a God that gets angry and jealous, and He hates, and He wars, and He kills. He kills men, women, and children. He destroys His creatures. He's frustrated with His creation. He's been misrepresented. My friends, they'll tell you He can love sometimes, but He can hate sometimes. Right? He can be at peace sometimes, he'll war sometimes, he'll send health sometimes, he'll send disease sometimes, he'll send good sometimes, he'll send evil sometimes. It's mixed. Zoroaster means pure light. We need that pure light, that pure idea that's just good, that in our heart of hearts there's written a book that we know who the real God is. And then when we realize that, we realize who we really are. Asha, it says we come from that good spirit. We're made of that good spirit. If you think you come from one of those mixed gods, you're made of one of those mixed gods, no wonder the world looks like it does with their religions and governments. Every invention man makes, my God, they make an automobile. What do they want to do? They want to put a gun on top of it. They make an airplane so that we can fly like the birds, and what do they want to do? They want to drop bombs out of it, and they could justify it because they're just like their God. My friends, we need to go to these higher dimensions, true dimensions, Asha, and my friends, we create it in us, and then we create the atmosphere around us. Then that outside world doesn't affect us anymore. We can bring the peace into our lives, our minds, and then you'll see it'll spread to your relationships, your family, your home, your community. When we get together, that's why you always see the Magi say, Asha is. The perfect creator's perfect ideas, that's what's real, that's what's substance, that's the real above all real. That's where we desire to live, and we're always reaching for that higher frequency, that higher idea, that perfect word. The original word of the good religion, all good comes from the Creator, and no evil comes from Him. And from that original word, the spiritual world is made straight, and your material world comes into order. My friends, Asha is. Be blessed today. Know you are loved, and we'll see you next time.